chDB, the SQL OLAP engine powered by ClickHouse, recently added a Pandas compatible data store API. In this video, we're going to see how it compares. So we're going to run UV with chDB, Pandas, and then IPython, and we're going to launch the IPython REPL. And we're going to start by using Pandas. So we'll import Pandas, and then we're going to read a Parquet file of Amazon reviews that's on my machine. And you see we run that, and what it's done is it's loaded a data frame into memory. We can then ask for the shape, and you see it comes back 1 million rows and 15 columns. We can have a look at one of the rows, and you can see we've got review date, we've got marketplace customer ID, we've got star rating, votes, and other interesting information. What we're going to do now is, for verified purchases, find the average rating and number of sales grouped by product category using various functions from Pandas. And you can see it comes back with a result. So the home category has the most reviews, followed by digital ebook purchases. Let's now have a look at how to do the same thing with chDB. So we've got our import statement, and then we're going to read the Parquet file. Now, when we've read it here, this hasn't actually read the file because it's lazily evaluated. We can then go on to update the query to use chDB, and we're going to save it to another variable. We'll also not print the result to the screen, and that's because we're going to use concat to show the Pandas result next to the chDB result, and notice that we're using 2df to get it into the DataFrame format. And if we have a look at the results, if you see Pandas on the left hand side, we have exactly the same results as what we have chDB on the right hand side. Now, as I mentioned already, one cool thing about chDB is it's lazily evaluated, which means the query isn't executed until it needs to be. So for example, it would be executed if we try to print the output to the screen. We can use the explain function when it's in this data store format, so when it hasn't been evaluated, to have a look what is actually going to happen when it gets evaluated. So you see at the bottom here, we've got a generated SQL query that it's going to run. And then if we scroll up a little bit, we can also see the execution plan. So you can see at the top, we've got the file that we're going to read, and then we've got a series of operations that are going to be applied. As an aside, it's quite cool as you can build up intermediate states and then reuse them. So for example, we could create one variable which has the verified purchases, and then we could build on top of that to get the best star rating, where we're saying ratings above 4 and get just 10. So if we then explain that, we can see the generated SQL query at the bottom. And then if we look up, we can see the operations. So we've got that where verified purchase is true. That was from our first variable. And then we've got the star rating greater than 4 and the limit 10. And that was from the second one. Let's now see how long it takes to run that query in chDB and Pandas. So we'll start with Pandas, and we're going to use the time it function to do this. We'll speed it up for the video, and you see it comes back roughly 82 milliseconds on average, and it's done this for 7 runs with 10 loops each. Now let's do the same thing for chDB, and remember it's lazily evaluated, so we need to force the evaluation. We're going to do that by calling 2df, and then we'll let that run, and you see it takes 13.5 milliseconds on average, and this time it's done 7 runs with 100 loops each, and it's about 6 times faster than it was with Pandas. And to conclude the video, let's have a look at what happens if we use chDB to read the Amazon reviews dataset from S3. So this is a much bigger dataset, and so we don't really want to have to load the entire thing into memory. And so this is where chDB is more efficient. As remember, it's lazily evaluated, so it's not actually going to do that. So if we run that read Parquet line, it immediately comes back. It hasn't read anything. But if we then call shape, it's going to go off in the background and do a count and do a describe, and then that allows it to compute, okay, the number of rows, which is just under 42 million, and the number of columns, which is 15. And then if we run our verified purchases query again, and this time we'll use time, so we're just going to time it once, it then comes back. It's taken just over 2 seconds, and you can see the product categories, the average stars, and the count in the results. And if you want to see more videos on cool ClickHouse features, you'll want to check out this playlist next.